All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the St. Croix Regional Closing for today. My name is Kate Wright, and I am honored to introduce you to Monica Zachay, our closing speaker. Monica is the Director of Programs for the St. Croix River Association, or SCRA. She began her work at SCRA in 2012, working to develop and grow the Land and Water Program, which strives to protect and restore the unique ecological resources within the St. Croix River watershed. More recently, Monica has taken on the addition of overseeing SCRA's River Connections Education and Outreach Program. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Natural Resources with an emphasis in forestry and environmental education from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities and a Master of Public Affairs from the University of Missouri-Columbia. Welcome, Monica.
Wow, I got the full bio.
Did.
So how do you think the conference is going? I actually, now that we're at the end, would love if we have some audience listening in, if they would use the chat box and tell one thing that is either their favorite from today or one thing that they learned. And actually, I want to start with you, Kate. So what's your favorite thing about this year's conference? It's virtual, it's different. What do you think?
Virtual is different, but I do have a favorite part, a favorite few parts from today, actually. One is always listening to Tia Nelson. Tia's father, Gaylord Nelson, as you know, his hometown is within the St. Croix Watershed. So she's been a great partner of our work, and it's just always fun to listen to her speak. But I'm also loving that we're seeing so many young faces as presenters in conservation this year too. So it's just proof that all of our efforts are going to be continued in years to come. How about you, Monica? What are you liking?
Well, I'm a little bit biased. The session that I opened up, but it's really the staff that did the bulk of National Park Service and the St. Croix River Association staff, Nicole Biaggi, Dan Peterson, and Marion from the Park Service as well, talking about our partnership and the work that we do in the St. Croix. So of course, that's one of my favorites. So I don't know, did you hear from anybody else writing in the chat box at all? I do have a couple closing statements, but I'd love to hear if anybody else has any ideas.
Yeah, so far we're not having anything in the chat box. So I will encourage our viewers right now to go ahead and post a hello, your favorite part of the conference, even what you're looking forward to doing this spring and summer. Go ahead and post that in the Q&A. We can have a little bit of a discussion here. We'll just give it another minute.
Okay. Well, you can feel free to go ahead and interrupt me or close it up at the end if you hear anybody, but I just really would like to say thank you to all the participants in this track that took part today, as well as part of the larger Wisconsin Water Week conference, as well as a thank you to all of our fantastic speakers for our St. Croix track and sponsors for the conference. And I would like to give a little special shout out to the planning team, as well as our very own Kate Wright on with me right now for leading the charge of organizing most of the speakers for this track. So today, many of you learned about threats to our riverway, from CAFOs to nutrient runoff and invasive species. And I think if anything we've learned, it's more important now than ever to continue supporting, good work of the people represented today to combat the issues that we're facing. So, and more importantly, whether it's staying away from lawn fertilizers to installing rain gardens, removing invasive plants, or even doing your own regenerative agriculture practices on your properties, we can all play, a part in ensuring that the highest water quality and the highest quality of our natural resources can stay, for future generations. So I'd like to also encourage you, because go SCRA, Kate and I both work there, and we also hosted this, so you get to listen to us do a little plug for our association. Please go to the River Association website, stcroixriverassociation.org. You can learn a little bit about who we are, what we do, our core programs, but also the many fun events and programs that we have coming up. We've got paddles that we're beginning to open and more registrations for, hikes and workshops, just an abundance of things to partake in. And I do have another reminder as well for those of you in the area. Sign up for the Emerald Ash Borer Field Workshop led by SCRA's Invasive Species Coordinator, Katie Sickman. That is tomorrow from 1 to 3. And Kate, I believe it's at Osceola.
It is at Osceola Landing, and it's completely a drop-in, in and out program. So you don't even have to sign up. You can just show up, and not only will Katie be talking about emerald ash borer and the project she's worked on, but there will be some other examples of invasive species there to learn about too. So come and learn about all of it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So while you were speaking, we did have some people drop in.
Awesome.
So Mike wanted to share that his favorite thing was learning about the resources and collaborations that are available to him in our region. So that's really nice to hear from. And then Kimberly seconded in the conversation about Tia. She said Tia was wonderful and inspiring. She also appreciated learning more about our Rivers Are Alive online programming.
Woohoo! Check it out.
A special thank you. Yeah. And then finally, Bruce shared that he's so pleased with our serious and appropriate attention to the challenge of climate change as it relates to water in Wisconsin. So that's another nice comment to hear from our group.
Awesome. So, well, once again, thank you, everybody. Kate, are there follow-up surveys and feedback that attendees can go back to with the event Mobi and have suggestions for next year?
Yes. So just like in all of their sessions today, at the bottom of their event Mobi screen, they can enter in their session feedback right under the speaker description. So please go ahead and do that.
Awesome. Well, for those in this region, it is sunny and blue skies. It's time to end the day and go out for a nice little break here. We thank you very much for attending.
Thank you all. See you later.
Bye now.